Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud consists of several components. Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud Console is the web interface through which an administrator can manage protection. Network Agent and Kaspersky Endpoint Security for Windows and for Mac provide protection for workstations and servers running Windows or Mac OS. Although technically, these are four different applications: Network Agent for Windows, Kaspersky Endpoint Security for Windows, Network Agent for Mac, and Kaspersky Endpoint Security for Mac. We describe them together because the Network Agent plus Kaspersky Endpoint Security pairs work similarly on Windows and Mac. The Mobile Device Management Profile protects iOS devices. Kaspersky Endpoint Security for Android, protection for Android mobile devices. Kaspersky Security for Office 365, protection for Microsoft Office 365 services. Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud must be accessible from the administrator's computer over TCP ports 8080 and 8081. The former is required to access Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud web interface. The latter is required to access installation packages from each managed Windows or Mac device over TCP 13000, from each mobile device over TCP 13292. Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud internal web server distributes installation packages and mobile device management profiles via TCP port 8081. Unless you are ready to consider an alternative method of delivering installation packages, which is impossible for mobile device management profiles anyway, make sure that Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud is accessible via TCP port 8081. Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud servers are deployed in a virtual infrastructure and fully serviced by Kaspersky specialists. Signing up to Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud is free, but you will need a license to connect devices. When you sign up to Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud, a 30-day trial license is provided automatically. Replace it when it expires or as soon as you purchase a commercial license. The Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud Console is an administrator's tool, and the only one available for managing Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud. You can open Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud Console in any up-to-date browser from any device with internet access. The only condition is that cloud.kaspersky.com must be accessible over TCP 8080. Officially, the following browsers are supported: Microsoft Edge 13 or later, Google Chrome 65 or later, Mozilla Firefox 45 or later, Apple Safari 8 or later. Microsoft Internet Explorer is not supported. When you connect a device to your Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud workspace, different programs are installed on it depending on the operating system. On Windows workstations and servers, Kaspersky Endpoint Security and Network Agent are installed. Kaspersky Endpoint Security for Windows features essential protection effective against mass attacks, protection from advanced threats, and control components. Network Agent is responsible for communications between Kaspersky Endpoint Security and Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud Server. Network Agent receives configuration changes for Kaspersky Endpoint Security, and also informs Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud about detected threats, outdated databases, and user attempts to carry out prohibited actions. On Mac OS, everything works in a similar manner, but other programs are used. Kaspersky Endpoint Security for Mac and Network Agent for Mac. On iOS devices, a mobile device management profile is installed. This is a small XML file that specifies the address and certificate of the administration server. After the mobile device management profile is installed, you can remotely control the device from the administration console. On Android, Kaspersky Endpoint Security for Mobile is installed. This application is responsible for protection as well as for communications with Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud Server. To use protection for Office 365, grant Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud access to the special Office 365 account with special permissions. The Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud Server and protected devices can communicate on schedule and on demand. Planned synchronization with Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud is always initiated by the client, meaning, by the protected device. Different synchronization periods are configured for different devices. Windows or Mac OS 15 minutes, iOS or Android 6 hours. You cannot change the frequency of scheduled synchronizations in Kaspersky Endpoint Security Cloud. On-demand synchronization is available for Windows servers and workstations, as well as for iOS and Android mobile devices. This capability permits you to receive GPS data, and to lock or wipe a device. To receive these commands, the target device must be connected to the internet.